Coming, that's what they teach us, right? Too bad it's wrong. Think about it, 1775 Boston, everybody was British. They said British are coming, people are like, what? We're all British, what are you talking about? He said things like the regulars are out or the redcoats are about. I'm pointing to the guests walking towards me because they see me stopping the traffic. Yeah, so the British, we were all British, so they said the regulars were redcoats. Two guys, Revere and Dawes, made it to Lexington, Ward, Hancock, and Adams, now on the way to Concord. They were joined by a third guy, Dr. Prescott. All three were captured by the British. The only one who escaped and made it all the way to the end, Prescott. And I know, well, why does Bobby get all the credit? It's very simple. He had a better press agent. A guy named Longfellow, 86 years later, Longfellow wrote a poem. Listen, my children, and you shall hear at the midnight ride of
Revere.
His name rhymed, the other two did not. We are now at stop number 2 on the Old Town Trolley, folks. Stop number 2. If you'd like to visit the Old North Church, Paul Revere's house, the North End neighborhood, this is the stop for you. Stop number 2. Anybody stepping out? On the trolley, welcome on board. My name's Welby. I'll be your driver until you decide to leave me. This is stop 2. We're on the green line. Got to make our way to stop 3, 4, 5 in that order. Couple safety rules. Please stay seated while we're moving. If you're sitting next to an open window, enjoy the breeze, but please keep everything inside the trolley. No smoking on board the trolley at any time. And you do want to keep in mind, folks, that this is a narrated tour. So as a courtesy to your fellow passengers, if you feel the need to talk, just try to do so in a whisper. We also ask that if you have a cell phone, please do not use it on board the trolley. So we left stop 2 on our way to stop number 3. We're going to take a right turn, head over into Charlestown, which is actually part of the city of Boston today. Years ago it was a separate town. Today it is part of Boston. As many towns did over the years, they annexed and became part of Boston. Years ago, separate little town, now all part of the city. Charlestown is where you'll find USS Constitution, oldest commissioned warship afloat in the world. USS Case and Young, Fletcher-class destroyer. Bunker Hill Monument, remembering the Battle of Bunker Hill. These are all sites that you will see in Charlestown. As we make our way over the North Washington Bridge, you look to your right front, about a 1 or 2 o'clock orientation, you see the monument, the beautiful obelisk straight ahead on the right front. Then further to the right, you see the flag draped over the mast of USS Constitution. Very popular stop. You can get out and explore. Constitution is free. You just have to go through security to get on board, so make sure you don't have anything on your person that would prevent you from getting on an airplane. It's pretty similar security. And if you want a very short walk, maybe 10 minutes up to the top of Bunker Hill, you can check out the monument that's up there or the museum up there, both of which are free to the public. Also at stop 3 is USS Constitution Museum. Although technically free, they do have a suggested donation. So you should plan on spending about $5 to go in there if you want to pay the suggested donation. The Bunker Hill Monument stands at 221 feet tall. Remembers the Battle of Bunker Hill. And the only way to get to the top, walk 294 steps. But I have a plan for you. Yeah, because you want to go to Flower Bakery. So you go to Flower Bakery and Modern Pastry if you go to the top here first, because then you earn the 2 different rollers. Alright, you can do a taste test. That's how we can 294 steps. Yeah. So for those of you who missed the view of the Old North Church just a minute ago, you'll see it straight across the harbor in front of us. As I make the turn, you want to look to your right through the 2 pine trees across the harbor. You see the white steeple. You can see why, even today, why it was such a great place to put the warning signal. That was the tallest thing in the skyline in 1775. That white steeple, perfect spot to put the 2 warning signals, right? Stop 3 is coming up directly in front of us, the granite building with the blue and gold sign. That is the Constitution Museum. If you want to visit the actual ship, on your right at the end of the brick building, you will find the entrance to the Visitor Center. USS Constitution, nickname, Old Ironsides, oldest commissioned warship afloat in the world. You get a better view of it on your right through this open grate right over here. Check out the beautiful USS Constitution. Isn't that cool? We are so lucky we have this That ship was built here in Boston in 1797 on the other side of Boston Harbor. And this will be stop number 3 on the Old Town Trolley. All right, Constitution, Bunker Hill Monument, Constitution Museum. Watch your step coming down. Right here where my arm is waving, hold on 1 second, please, sir. People coming out. There's a light on the floor because everybody misses that step. Thank you. There's a little half step right here, so they put these flashing lights to try to warn you. Watch your step coming down. I've caught a lot of people in my day. I think some were intentional. Just fell in my lap. How many we have? All right, hold on 1 second. Let me get a quick seat count, okay? Enough room for you. Come on board. All right. My name is Welby. I'll be your driver now until you decide to leave me anyways. We have some safety rules, and here's one of our celebrity voices telling you to be safe on the trolley today.
I'm back. I have some advice for all you travelers out there in the tour. You had better stay seated while we're in motion. Keep your body parts inside at all times. Watch out for those low-hanging branches. They're not friendly. No smoking or alcoholic beverages, or you might be terminated. We want you back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's actually Rich Little, in case you didn't recognize it, but he does all our celebrity voices. Some of them I really like. I don't, the Reagan and the Eastwood sound the same though. Clint Eastwood and Ronald Reagan, they're kind of the same voice. Anyways, welcome on board to everyone who just joined us. One last view of USS Constitution to your left. Oldest commissioned warship afloat in the world. Old Ironsides is a nickname. That ship has never lost a battle. Got the nickname during the War of 1812. It was in a battle off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada with the British ship HMS Guerriere. It sank the Guerriere in only 35 minutes. They're pulling some of the British sailors out of the water. One of them yells out, "Huzzah! Her sides must be made of iron!" Yep, for 35 minutes he saw cannonballs from the Guerriere bouncing off the sides of the Constitution. Yep. It's not iron though, that ship is solid wood. It's 17 to 21 inch thick Georgia live oak. It does have a very thin layer of copper on the hull. And some of you can guess which famous Bostonian supplied that copper. Midnight Ride, 16 Kids. Paul Revere, yes. Anyone who didn't say Paul Revere, let me give you a hint. 8 times out of 10, Paul Revere's the answer. Think about all the things he did. Silversmith, goldsmith, coppersmith, pewtersmith, dentist, bellcaster, bellringer, courier for the Sons of Liberty, spare time, father of 16 kids. He did it all. So we saw the Bunker Hill Monument as we drove into stop number 3. The Battle of Bunker Hill took place right where the monument sits. It's a little over your right shoulder at this point. Unfortunately, that's not even Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill does exist, but it's a little further north, about a half mile. What you see where the monument is Breed's Hill. The Battle of Bunker Hill took place on Breed's Hill. And I mean, you're like, what? This makes no sense. Well, think of it like the streets around here. They don't make any sense either. They just seem to work. But anyways, originally, they had planned on fortifying Bunker Hill. Last minute, commanding officers changed their mind, decided it would be strategically better to fortify Breed's Hill. Now, somebody's beaming me on this radio. Excuse me 1 second. Go ahead. Sorry about that, folks. Just checking in with another driver. So what happened was, most of the guys who were fighting during this battle thought they were on Bunker Hill because they were told that Bunker Hill had been fortified, but in fact it was Breed's Hill. They all kept calling it the Battle of Bunker Hill, and the name just sort of stuck. It's interesting about the battle, even though we put up a monument, it's a battle that we lost. It's considered more of a morale victory. In the process of losing this hill, colonial troops only lost somewhere about 400 or 500 men. British lost over 1,000 men. So the casualties were lopsided. And it was a very important battle at the very beginning of the American Revolution.